watching Edivision TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
All right, Reggae Boy fans, we have another one. Welcome back to Edivision TV. This is the Off the Bench podcast. I'm your host, Eddie Guna, and as you can see, somebody different in the host today. He's from Gunna's YouTube channel. He's
Yeah,
one half of the Gunna's YouTube channel.
yeah,
Daniel, how you doing, man?
good enough. Excited to be on.
All right, so folks, you know the drill already. Now go over Gunna's and give them a subscribe. It's GUNNAZ. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
But the big one coming up Thursday, Reggae Boys against US semi-final action in the Concacaf Nations League. We're going to do a quick preview of this game. First of all, the squad came out. Thoughts on the squad, and do you think we have enough? Not only just beat US, but go on and win the entire thing.
All right. So as it relates to beating the US, it kind of sticky, because at the recent news we heard about Leon Bailey not going to be making it. I think Shamar Nicholson has a suspension. Damar Gray is out on a red card. I was very um, upset when he got that red card, especially when we saw that we were going to go through against Canada. So it's kind of good to see names like Kaim Dixon in the squad and such, but I just don't think it will be enough. I'm looking at the forward line; it's a bit thin. I'm surprised Whisper didn't get called up. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I'm a fan, so I'll always believe in the country, but my hopes aren't as high as when we just beat Canada. Um, so it's sticky. I'll be supporting them for sure, but it's a bit sticky. As it relates to going through. But if we do go through, then I have full faith that we can go along to win the competition because Damarge will be back, Nicholson will be back as well, and then those two just make the squad look a whole lot better, in my opinion. I'm not too worried about the back line, even though Ethan Pinnock is out and is a big miss. Um, I think Deshaun Bernard is stepping up. Damian Lowe, good as usual, and Michael Hector had a good game against Canada. So the midfield is what you come to expect from a Reggae Boys midfield. It always looks a bit light as it relates to central midfielders. Um, we're seeing some wide midfielders though, Cephas, Wakin. So yeah, it's just a regular Jamaican midfield under Coach Algrimson for me. So I think the bigger task will be the semi-final, but once we do pass the semi-final, we'll go on to win.
All right. And for me, it's always going to be difficult, especially playing the Americans in their own backyard. You know, if this was a game at the office, I'll be much more confident of our record, at least getting a result. You know, over the past years, you know, we've been playing US a little bit more tighter, if you know what I mean. And things are looking up. We are more competitive now against US, especially at home, as I mentioned before. Always going to be difficult going away, especially now that we are losing more players than we've expected. As you can see, it's a thin side, but
Mm-hmm.
there's still quality up top. You know, in certain areas, we still have the likes of Michael Antonio, and his quality is somebody that the Americans will have to pay a lot of attention to. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
strong players at the back, Nana, you know, good goalkeeper. You know, we're always going to need a goalkeeper to keep us in
for
games,
sure.
you know, to make big saves. And nobody better than Andre Blake right now for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, head to head, as you can see here, the last time we got a victory was all the way back in 2019 international friendly, 1-0. And before that, 2-1. I remember that game, in 2015. Um, um, what's the name, guy? Again? Yeah.
Barnes.
Barnes. You're right. Barnes got the second goal. Mattox getting the first
Yeah.
goal. We won that game 2-1. And that helped us to progress to I believe, the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So the record is there, and a bit more competitive, as I said earlier. But it's going to be a very, very difficult game. The Kenya.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that the Canada one was a difficult game as well, and the team managed to push through
Yeah.
under circumstances where whenever did I expect to see Nana going in midfield. So there's always hope there. Isn't it? These are professional footballers. They know what it means to the country. Whereas it's America that we're playing. So yeah, the guys will go there and give 110%, and hopefully we can have some sort of luck that allows us to push through.
One thing for sure, the motivation will be there, and
Mm-hmm.
I believe players will be, doing this one for Bailey. Leon, they'll be, trying to get that double for Leon. So the motivation is there. They want to get over the hump and finally beat US again. So um, the players will be up for it for sure. It's just what happened at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But as it relates to the top scorers in this edition of the Nation League for Jamaica, Shamar Bowser Nicholson leading the way with 5 goals.
Mm-hmm.
So good stuff. He played 6 games, 4 wins, one defeat, one draw, and one loss. Um, that shows how impactful Bowser will be the Kenya, and he's missing. So
Mm-hmm.
a huge, huge loss for Jamaica. But
For sure.
can you see the likes of Antonio making up the deficit?
It's very sticky because I believe Antonio works well with wingers that are elite. So just like when you see him with West Ham, he has Bowen on one side, he has Kudus on the other side, and even if he's not scoring, whenever he has those elite wingers, he can do the dirty work to bring opponents closer to him and create for others, whether that's space or with an assist. So um, it just depends for us to get the best out of Antonio or for Antonio to look good, we have to have good wingers. And it's just looking very sticky right now with both Bailey and Gray out. So I'm interested to see what the coach is going to do about that. Um, I see us having a very sticky game in the attacking third without those elite wingers because Bailey and Damar Gray are elite wingers. So I really hope we can see like him pull one out of the bag like what he did against the US, that long ranger. But apart from that, it's very sticky. Hopefully, the likes of Cephas, or I'm not sure. We've seen Corey Bird play wide as well, so I'm not sure if he'll try to go for that. Um, but yeah, those guys will work hard, and those guys they have their little individual strengths, but generally, I don't see them as elite players that will complement Antonio well. So I'll just have to see, you know.
And looking at the US team, Anthony Robinson, surprise, surprise, two
Mm-hmm.
goals as a defender from left back. Um, it can prove that they be sharing the goals around. That's one way to look at it. But I don't think we'll be as worried.
Yeah, oh, Robinson. As you see, it's one win, one loss. It means they only played 2 games. So
You only play
the
2 games, right?
stats can be a bit
Misleading.
short, yeah, with that. So definitely not worrying about Anthony Robinson.
Yeah, but we should worry about Balagan. Where those are the guys, Pulisic guys up top. Should be worried
Hmm.
about.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the back line, the fact that we have a lot of people, there's always this debate about local players and um international based players, and I'm all for the local players, and um I want to shout out Joel Cunningham because he is my mentor as well. I used to play football, but I just stopped. You see me? Because I just not have the dedication to do that. But he is a true professional, and I really rate him. And I think local players should look up to him as well. You see me? Just the way him carry himself, the way him do interviews and everything. But my point that I was trying to make is the fact that we have these players that are playing in elite leagues now, like Deshaun Bernard, with Pinnock isn't here, but we have Low that season. We have Hector who's been at the very top. I just think that I'm more comfortable now than maybe I would be before. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough challenge, but I have faith in the boys, to be honest.
All right, now is the time where we make our predictions. The Canyon. You go first.
Um on a sticky still, me I go always back my country, you see me? So one thing with Jamaica though, African seed. Does the game have extra time and penalties?
Yes, it does.
All right, I'm going for a Jamaica penalty win. I think it's gonna draw in the 90. The thing is, Jamaica always concedes. I would go. I'll go with a 2-1 victory, but with our attack looking the way it is, I just can't see us scoring 2 goals. But I can see us conceding. So I'm going for maybe a 1-1 in full time and a penalty win.
You know, you stole that from me. That's my prediction from last week.
Mm.
We're going to penalties. So I agree 1-1. That's my scoreline as well. The folks, 1-1, we're going with, at full time. So penalties. So penalty takers, get ready, study up, try to get the victory like Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Fully.
So what say you folks? Leave your score predictions in the comment section below. Let me know who you think gonna make it to the final. We don't want to play in a third place player. You know what I mean? We don't want a medal. We're here to get the trophy. You know what I mean? So drop your score lines in the comment section below. I'm your host, Eddie Gona. And before I go, the Canyon, please shout out the channel and your socials and everything.
Yeah, so you guys can just check us out at 876 Gunners on Instagram and TikTok. Gunners on YouTube, GUNNAZ. We mostly do content around the Premier League. It named Gunners, so we'll always do reviews, previews, player ratings, and them thing for Arsenal. But we are branch off more into the Jamaica field. So yeah, we have fun quizzes forwarding in the future. So yeah, a whole lot of things. We want to take this game to the next level. So yeah, just support if you love football, and I promise you love it.
Yeah, man, folks, and get them to 1K subscribers. What, 400 and something away? People just
Yeah,
500 and only just subscribe to the thing. You know what I mean? Bless up.
respect, man.